Thailand says it has pulled out of a peace agreement with Cambodia after a landmine injured 2 soldiers in a border province. The deal was brokered by the U.S. It is aimed at bringing permanent peace following fighting between neighboring countries in July that killed at least 43 people. Cambodia's defense ministry says that for its part, it is still committed to that deal. Well, Gregory Poling is Director and Senior Fellow of the Southeast Asia Program and Asia Maritime Transparency Initiative at the Center for Strategic and International Studies. You're joining us from Washington, D.C. Thank you. The first thing perhaps that we need to say here is that there are claims and counterclaims about the mine, or the mines, plural, that injured the Thai soldiers, because the Thai military say that these are newly laid mines by Cambodia. The Cambodian Ministry of Defense says those are old mines from previous conflicts. And I just wonder, what, absent independent investigation or confirmation one way or another, what do you make of this?
It's really impossible to say from the outside, but this issue of whether or not Cambodia has been laying new mines has been one of the core disagreements since the July clashes, the days of fighting. At that time, Thailand accused Cambodia of having laid landmines that injured Thai soldiers, which was, from the Thai side's perspective, at least one of the reasons that triggered this current round of fighting. And it was always one of the issues that was most likely to break this very fragile ceasefire that was agreed back in July and then reiterated last month when President Trump was in the region.
What would be Cambodia's interest in doing this?
Well, again, this is hard to say because we have to combine both the long-standing, decades-long border dispute between these two sides with the political incentives on both sides. Nationalism is running high in both areas. On the Cambodian side, there are arguments, I think somewhat valid arguments, that former Prime Minister Hun Sen intentionally hyped this conflict for political reasons, reasons that perhaps many Cambodians don't think worked out. And on the Thai side, that nationalists and components of the Thai military are also happy to hype incidents like this because they don't really trust the ceasefire to begin with.
But are you saying, so if we take the Thai side, right, because Thailand is the country that said we're no longer part of the ceasefire, the peace deal that they made and inked at the White House just last month, what would be the benefit politically, if there is any, in Thailand for saying we're no longer bound by our peace commitment?
So I want to be very clear, there is no peace deal, and nobody has signed a peace deal. There was 5 days of fighting over the summer, and in July, Thailand and Cambodia signed a Malaysian-brokered ceasefire, which the U.S. and to a lesser degree China endorsed. And then last month, when President Trump was in Malaysia, the two sides reiterated that ceasefire. The U.S. calls that a peace deal. That's what the White House says. Both the Cambodian and Thai governments said all they did was release a joint statement recommitting to the July ceasefire. So neither of the capitals has committed to a long-term peace deal here. This was always meant to just paper over differences and hopefully allow for confidence-building measures that would someday lead to a peace deal. So to your question, one of the real frustrations, at least on the nationalist side in Thailand, is the perception that they were browbeaten into this by the White House, by the threat of tariffs by the Trump administration.
Okay, so first of all, thank you for your correction, because that is a very important distinction. It's a ceasefire, hasn't been a peace deal. Thailand says that it wants 3 things from Cambodia. 1 is a public expression of regret. 2 is an investigation into this, what happened and how it happened. And 3 is measures to prevent this from happening again. Like, do you expect Cambodia will deliver on those things?
I think that there's a lot of incentive for the Cambodians to at least appear to deliver. Now, Cambodia still denies having planted this landmine or any other landmines. But the Cambodians are the weaker party here. The Cambodians certainly got the worst of the fighting and had by far the highest number of casualties in the summer and were the most eager for the peace deal. Hun Manet, the Prime Minister of Cambodia, is also the one who nominated President Trump for the Nobel Peace Prize, and so has a lot of political incentive to show that Cambodia is standing by this, quote, peace deal in order to placate the Americans to whom 40% of Cambodia's exports go, by the way. So I think that Cambodia will bend over backwards eventually to say that it has investigated. It's not going to admit, though, that it planted landmines. I highly doubt that.
Yeah. Gregory Poling, thank you very much for joining us on the Al Jazeera NewsHour.
Thank you.
Don't miss out. Get the full picture. Subscribe to Al Jazeera for reliable news, expert insight. Like, share, stay ahead.